Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and these are my friends Paige and Sarah. This will be a very different format for my weekly wrap-ups because this week was VidCon, which means that there was very little time to actually read or listen to or watch most things. Yeah. But we decided that what we do for this week is just kind of talk about the media that we did consume this week, and yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing about some of the podcasts that you were talking about.
Since there's three of us, we should be able to fill up the next couple minutes.
Yeah.
I listened to the next episode of the Penumbra Podcast. I was actually a little bit behind, so I caught up. I listened to the episode that takes place in the second Citadel in the second season, and it involves a lizard man. The Penumbra Podcast is really great, guys. You should check it out.
Is there more than one in the second Citadel in the second season?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that explains it.
Every one-off story in the second season has taken place in
Citadel?
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, you should listen to the Penumbra though.
Oh, I do. I'm just super behind because I started
cool.
listening to books and
yeah.
I'm backlogged.
I listened to an episode of Stuff You Missed in History Class about William, is it Moulton Marston?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is the creator of Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Long story short, he was a really weird guy. Polyamorous.
Yep.
Interested in bondage.
Very interested in bondage.
And that's like hypothetically putting it lightly.
Oh yeah. Putting it lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Light bondage.
Yeah.
And that's probably why Wonder Woman gets tied up so much in the comics. In the early comics. I watched a couple of episodes of Grace and Frankie, which is actually something that I've just started watching, and I really enjoy it. It's a Netflix original. It stars Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, and it's very fun and vulgar. Don't watch it with your parents. I don't know, actually you could watch it with your parents. It's not like explicit.
It depends on your parents, really.
It depends on your parents. And I watched Beauty and the Beast 2017 live action version again on the plane ride over here. It's not good.
Something you might want to know about these two is they actually run a Disney Channel. So, like, they know what they're talking about with these things.
Beauty and the Beast is our favorite movie, so we had high expectations.
They were not met.
No, not anywhere close. I skipped to the parts that I liked, like the mob song, and Gaston, and
any part that Luke Evans was in.
Yes! Anything really with Emma Watson, and it was really not a highlight of the film for me. And that's about it. That's about all I've consumed this week.
I listened to 2 podcasts from Stuff Mom Never Told You. Something about anxious women, because I'm kind of recently coming to terms with my own anxiety, and that was really interesting. And then also Empresses of Science Fiction, which was probably my favorite of the 2 that I listened to because it talked about Mary Shelley, who I love. I started reading a book called Moon Called by Patricia Briggs. It's been highly suggested to me on multiple occasions because it's apparently very good. If you're into supernatural stuff, look it up. There's a whole series. I've only gotten like 2 chapters in, so I don't know. I'm also reading a really terrible book that I cannot stand, but I'm doing it for a project for our channel. If you're interested in Jane Austen, look out for that. I have 1 chapter left. I just have to go home and finish it. Yeah. Started listening to an episode of the Penumbra. Don't remember any of what happens in it, but yes.
Maybe you shouldn't put that one in there then.
That's the thing about VidCon is like we've just spent the last 3 days being in a place with many humans and we just can't remember.
Overloaded with information about everything.
So much information. Like, this is my channel. Here are my business cards.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have so many business cards.
Yeah,
like
so many friends today were like, "What did you do today?" I'm like, "I honestly don't remember."
I don't remember.
Oh yeah. And then like talking to people that like talking to thingamavlogs and like, so what have you been doing at the convention? I'm like, I've been here for 3 days. I've done so many things. What do you actually want to know? Do you want to know about the fact that there's no Disney panel and I'm upset about that? I can tell you about that. But anything else, it's like, I really don't know anymore.
Like, I need to sleep for a little while and then I can tell you about it.
Yes,
but now, brain, no.
Yeah. That's what you missed on VidCon.
Pretty much.
It's basically a marathon.
Otherwise I just like saw the backsides of my eyelids. So. Can I also talk about Harry Potter musical? Because we haven't finished that.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I haven't finished anything really besides Poe Party, so.
Sarah and I have seen it all the way through before multiple times, but Kathy has not, so we started to show her a Harry Potter musical because being a Harry Potter fan, it's kind of like required reading, even though it's not a book.
Required watching Darren Criss be adorable.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
for 3 musicals straight. So
Yeah, it was also good because we started showing her Poe Party.
Yeah. Poe Party. If you have never heard of it, because I certainly haven't, or hadn't, rather, it's really freaking funny. It's ridiculous. It's a party that Edgar Allan Poe throws where he just gets a bunch of other literary figures to come to this party, and obviously, like, it is not historically accurate.
It's delightfully anachronistic.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's this whole murder mystery thing, and it's very delightful, and I'm gonna link it down below, because it's really funny.
we also got to meet the ladies from the comedy group that made it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's I feel like the memories are just gonna start coming back to us over the few days and we'll be like, oh yeah, that thing happened.
Yeah.
That was cool. So besides Poe Party, I have not finished a book this week, which it just feels super weird. But the one thing that I did finish reading cover to cover, because it's like 10 pages, is one of the people that I met who was also volunteering, instead of having business cards, had a little chapbook of her poetry, and it was really cute. Like, I found a lot of the poems really, really calming. They were nice and short, and then one that just made me laugh really hard, and she was across the room, and I just looked at her and said the name of the poem, and she understood why I was laughing, so that was a nice little interaction. Other than that, I'm reading a book for my book club, and I'm listening to the 4th Lemony Snicket book, but I didn't even have time to get through that. That's how little time I've had this week.
It was
with
like,
things that.
wake up, go to the convention, be at the convention all day, come home, sleep.
Exactly. On some days, like, I was out the door before these guys even got up because I was volunteering. So, like,
Yeah.
I knew that this was not going to be a week that would be heavy in the I've actually read, watched, and listened to these things. Unless you want to count things like listening to the concert.
Hank's concert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Hank did a solo set, which was amazingly fun, and just, like, the crowd was super supportive. And
He
like,
performed one of my favorite Vlogbrothers songs, which was amazing because he's never done that before. So the fact that I was like a row behind the front row for that was just super freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his stage presence is really fun.
I know, he's just so endearing.
Yeah.
He literally stopped in the middle of a song because he got distracted by a June bug that flew across the stage. And then he named it Harrison. Like, God.
And then talked
God,
about
man.
its demise because it's not going to live very long in human terms, but we're hoping that it will live as long as a June bug wouldn't live, or later. And it's just like everything comes back to death with the Vlogbrothers. I think John is slowly creeping into Hank's personality. You guys also got me to watch a movie called Sky High, which I had never heard of before. But take a look at their channel in a little while because we did a really fun video about it. So when that's up, I'll put the links, but you'll find out if it's up if you just go over and subscribe to The Princess and the Scrivener, because it is one of my favorite channels, and I'm so delighted to actually finally meet these lovely humans in person because, We'll be like, oh, look how sleep deprived everyone is. I guess my body doesn't actually need to sleep during VidCon.
I guess my body hates me. God, this was awful.
If you want to make sure that you see it as soon as it comes out, you should just go subscribe to The Princess and Scrivener, because I'm really excited that I finally got to meet these people in person, because we've been great online friends. I love hugs.
That was a really cute sound you made.
That's one of my delighted noises. I have a couple of them.
Has anybody ever told you a very Tim Curry laugh?
Oh, that
just
might be the
reminds
best
me.
thing. No, the second best thing somebody told me today.
Okay, there you go.
What was the first best thing?
The first best thing is actually the thing I was trying to remember to say. One thing I wanted to let you guys know is I did do my BookTube meetup group today, and one of the people told me it was the favorite thing they'd gone to at the entirety of VidCon, and they weren't even a booktuber, and it almost made me cry. So very happy about that. So even though I didn't actually read any full books this week, that happened. So yes.
You facilitated
I facilitated
the further reading of
yes,
books.
exactly. And then I got everybody to like give me reading suggestions. I'm very excited to look at them. That's it for this week. If you were also at VidCon and you're also extremely tired, let me know about your level of tiredness down in the comments below. On the way down in the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you and really generous at this point, because we're all kind of cute hot messes. You can also like and share as you see fit, and I will see you later.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, babe.
Woo! Choo, choo, choo. Next time if I get sick, I'll just buy earplugs, not earphones.
Make it
Anyway.
louder. More snoring.
Yeah.
Surround sound.